Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. 2-3 weeks ago I introduced you to this company here, Mile Deep. So now's the time to put all this stuff to the test. Dougie has done about 1,000 miles and he is filthy, so this stuff has got its work cut out for it today, believe me. Let's take a quick look. It is absolutely horrible. The wheels are dreadful. Yikes, that's baked on there. That's baked on good and proper. Good Lord, look at this. Oh wow, it's about 1,000 miles. Oh, white feather, someone's thinking of me. It's done about 1,000 miles in typical British January weather. Quite disgusted with myself for allowing it to get this bad, to be honest with you. My goodness, look at that in the plastics. So, I've got high hopes and high expectations for the Mile Deep products. Let's get started with the citrus APC first, shall we? Then let's start with Release. Release is a citrus-based APC cleaner. I'm going to go for the 1 to 5 parts dilution ratio, which is recommended for medium soiling, but I really do want to put this to the test. So that is going to be 500 ml of water to 100 ml of product. So here we have 500 ml of warm water. We've also got a fresh syringe. Let's measure it out. As always, give it a good shake. So there's 50 ml. I'm going to dilute it in the jug. There's 100. Now bear with me with these dilution ratios. I was actually educated in Sheldon Heath Comprehensive, so maths has never ever been my strong point. And if anybody else was educated in Sheldon Heath Comprehensive, they'd know exactly what I'm talking about. And I didn't spill a drop, look at that. Now I'm not using a foaming pump sprayer today, purely because I don't want to. Shake to agitate, pump it up. So adjust my spray pattern slightly. There you go, I'm happy with that. Right then, come with me. Now I'm going to quite literally do everything in the arches. I'm also going to give the wheels a good pre-soak with it as well. Now, considering this isn't a foamy pump sprayer, it has actually got a bit of foam into it. Right, let's get it on these parts here. Now I'm only going to do, oh look at that, I'm only going to do the lower half of the car, because I want to save the top half for the snow foam. Good grief, this needs some help back here. Look at the state of this. Blimey, I'm running out already. Right, you guys get the picture. Let's leave this to dwell for a few minutes and see how well it does. Well, we are literally 60 seconds in, and it is definitely doing something, that's for sure. Look at all this. I think I'm going to leave it a couple of minutes and then we'll have a good go. Okay, so it's had about 5 minutes dwell time now. Let's see how well it's broken down the grime on the wheel, shall we? It's made mincemeat of that. Let's skip round the back and have a quick look at that. Like I said, considering it wasn't in a foaming bottle, it's clung around quite well. Let's take a look. Blimey. Now this was at the medium suggested dilution rate of 5:1, assuming of course I've got my ratios worked out, but that is pretty darn impressive. Right, let's get it washed off. So moving right along, that is the first of the pre-wash stages done, and I've got to admit that's a really good job of getting things clean. Now we're going to move to the top half of the car, and we're going to use snow, which is their snow foam. So let's take a look at the dilution ratios again. 1 to 10 for heavy soiling, 1 to 15 for medium, 1 to 20 for light. Again, I'm going to go for the middle ratio, which is 1 part water to 1 part product to 15 parts water. Now, according to my maths, that would be 100 ml in 1500 ml of water. Well, I'm not going to get 1500 ml in that, so we're going to halve it. So it's going to be 50 ml of product to 750 ml of water, and as if by magic, there's 750 ml of warm water. So let's measure out 50 ml of product. I have rinsed it, look, as you can see. Not as concentrated as I was expecting. But hey, if it cleans, who cares? Into the lunch you go. Lovely. Right, I'm also going to mix up some cleanse in the wheel bucket as well. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, putting shampoo in the wheel bucket, but you know I don't like to use wheel cleaners just to protect the coating that's on the wheels. So we're going to mix this up first, plus it's also going to put it to the test on how well it cleans. I will be using it again in the foam lands shortly. So as you can see, I've got a bucket of clean water in the wheel bucket. Let's have a look at the dilution ratios for this then, shall we? So it's 1 part to 80 parts water for heavy, 1 part to 200 parts for medium, 1 part to 400 for light soiling. Again, I'm going to go for the middle ratio. So there's 10 litres in that, so that will be... I can't work out the bloody ratios. Do you know what? I'm as thick as a corned beef sandwich, but I'm just going to put 50 ml in the bucket. How does that sound? Really should have paid more attention at school, shouldn't I? You live, you learn. Oh, blimey, that is concentrated. Do you know what? No, I'm not going to put 50 ml in that. What have I got there? That's 35 ml. Personally, I think that's going to do. That is concentrated. Wow. Let's get that fella in there. Excuse my arm. Give it an agitation. Blimey, that's sort of quite old, isn't it? Oh, good grief. I think 30 ml is probably too much. That is very well lubricated. I mean, seriously well lubricated. Oh, wow. Right. Let's get the foam on the car, shall we? So let's show you the level of grime on the top half of the car that hasn't been hit with the citrus yet. That's going to be interesting if you can soften and move that. Yep, let's get this going. Let's try and find a nice artistic angle for you. Artistic, autistic, it doesn't bloody matter, it's all the same here. Yay! Let's get foaming. Okay, first impressions, this is like shaving foam. Wow, that's thick. That is seriously thick. I could pretty much shave with that, I think. So while the foam is dwelling, let's get on and get these wheels done, shall we? Genuinely, I'm not just saying this, that is an extremely well lubricated shampoo. Agitate the brush on the grit guard in the bottom. Let's get to work, boys and girls. I cannot believe how thick this foam is. I think with the combination of the foam being on the wheel as well, I can't really feel the brush making contact with the wheel. good. Now I'm quite aware of the fact it's probably the snow foam helping it, but it seems to be cleaning this just fine. I will be putting cleanse into a foam lance and using a foam lance wash method shortly. But so far, so good. Make sure you get the back of them spokes. Now look at that. That is lots and lots of lovely foam. Just out of curiosity, the snow foam is also lubricated as well, very well lubricated. Oh, there goes my pressure washer again. If anybody from Nilfisk is watching, I'd love sponsorship for a new pressure washer, please. Well, I know I've got to rinse it, but that is a very clean wheel. Let's go get the rest of it done. Right, the wheels are clean, and I'm not lying, that has been dwelling for 10 minutes and it's still just clinging on in there. It seems to be removing a fair bit of crud as well. Move over, Magifone, we got something that dwells longer than you. Let's pop you down there. Right, I could probably leave it sitting for another 10 minutes, but I ain't got time for this. Let's get it off. It's done a pretty good job on that mirror casing. Don't forget that was hammered. A good solid 80%'s gone on that, and this is the medium ratio as well. That's clean. And a very, very clean wheel. Okay, let's get the rest of it washed off. We're now going to move on to the wash stage, and I'm going to be using my preferred foam cannon wash method. That snow foam, I've never seen anything clean like it in my life, and it really has cleaned well, very well. With regards to using cleansing the bucket to clean the wheels, it's done a fantastic job. So we're going to see what it's going to be like on the paintwork. So quite literally, we're going to go for cleanse again. Same syringe. Now I've got 500 ml of warm water in there. So I am going to add, looking at how it foamed up in that bucket, I don't think we're going to need a lot. So I'm going to go for 20 ml. There's no real sort of ratios when it comes to foam cannon wash method really. So I feel 20 ml might actually perform quite well. Look at this. I'm getting quite good at not spilling stuff. Right, let's give it a quick shake to agitate because it is very concentrated and thick. Hiya, kid! Bloody hell, that's foamed up already. Right, no good looking at it. Let's get it on the car. Right, let's crack on getting this covered in lovely, lovely soapy foam and shampoo. Again, another huge amount of soap production. Let's see how well lubricated it is. Oh, shut up. Well, I ain't going to lie to you folks, that is gliding over the surface beautifully. I've got hardly any pressure on this wash pad at all, and it's just sliding over. It's lovely. Do you know what? Again, very impressed. Let's see how well it rinses off though. Let's see if it rinses cleanly. Okay, so I've deliberately left that sitting on the paint for a good 5 minutes, primarily because I just want to see how well it rinses. Well, I think it's safe to say that is rinsing very, very cleanly. And so we're pretty much on home straight now. Time to finish the job off. This is Sheen, which is a gloss drying aid applied by a Foamland. So let's try and get the instructions in for you again. Now it says 1 part product to 10 parts water for its initial coating, 1 part product to 20 for sporadic top-ups, and 1 part to 50 for regular coatings. I'm going to go with the top dilution rate here, which is 1 part product to 10 parts water. So I'm going to be putting 50 ml of product in the bottle and topping it up with 500 ml of water, or as close as I can get, because there isn't a lot of wiggle room in that bottle. But it won't be far off. Oh. So there we go. It's about 45. Just cold water in this. Oh, what do you know? I've got 500 ml in it. Oh, just, that's right up to the neck of the bottle. Right, I think before we go too far with this, let's have a look and see how hydrophobic the car is before that's applied. As usual, we'll use the bonnet as the test subject. Oh, bloody hell. Let's go and switch the pressure washer on first. That's better. I swear senility's setting in. Right, let's have a look. Reasonably hydrophobic, but it is a little bit slow, isn't it? Not bad though. Still doing okay. Right, let's get this rinse sealant on. Right, before I get this rinse sealant on, I've got to apologise to you guys. I don't know what's going on with this phone, I really don't, but the colour's all over the place, so if it's been bright throughout the video, I apologise, and I apologise to Mild Deep as well. On with the show, let's get this on. Clinging, and it seems to be clinging just fine. Right, let's leave that for 5 minutes, let it dwell, and then we'll give it a rinse off and we'll check how hydrophobic it is. I can't believe this bloody camera. Okay, so it's been on for 5 minutes, let's check it out. Well, it's definitely hydrophobic. Now let's check what difference it's made on the bonnet. Not bad. Not bad at all, to be honest. I think what it's done is just topped up the protection that was already on there. Not too bad, not too bad. And now for the final product of the day is Vision, their glass cleaner. Just squirt it on, wipe it around, and let's see if it evaporates nice and clean. I've gone for the back window because it's dark, so if it does leave any streaks or smears, you'll see it instantly. So now it is quite cold today, 6 degrees maybe 7, so I'm not expecting an instant flash off. But that said, yeah, no messing. You know me and glass cleaners, I just cannot get enthusiastic about them. As long as they clean and as long as they evaporate leaving no smears, I'm a happy boy. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm a happy boy. Now, not that that shampoo or rinse aid has left any residue, and it has dried off really, really well. But that's absolutely spot on, look at that. Well done, guys. Now we're back to the tool cart for a summary. Before I go any further, let's try and get their details in. They're based at Unit 5 Underwood Business Park, Underwood Lane, Crewe, postcode CW1 3TJ. Their website is www.miledeep.com. Let's start with Refresh. This was the concentrated citrus pre-wash. I went for the middle dilution rate with this, and I was a little sceptical because the car, well, you've seen how bad the car was. The car was disgracefully filthy. It cut through it, absolutely no problems whatsoever. Very, very nice. As with all of these products, most of them have got no colour to them. I suppose the colour in the shampoo cleanse was just the natural colour of the chemical composition of the soap. No perfumes in them either, and from reading the label there doesn't seem to be any nasties in it. So release, very, very good. Moving on to Snow. Now Snow, again I went for the middle dilution rate. My God, this stuff is thick and it clings. It really does cling. If you thought Magifoam hung around for a while, this absolutely is head and shoulders above for cling rates. It rinsed really clean too, and most importantly, it did a very, very good job of cleaning. Really impressed with Snow as well. Now, Mile Deep are actually detailers first and foremost. If you ever get a chance to pop into their unit, I urge you to, because it's their setup is absolutely amazing, and the shop is pretty good too. Also, their coffee is excellent. Just be cheeky and ask. Another product again, absolutely recommend that. That is brilliant. Now on to cleanse the shampoo. I followed the recommended dilution rates in the wheel bucket. Yeah, I know it's a bit extravagant using the shampoo that way in the wheel bucket, but as you all know, I prefer the foam cannon wash method. So that's why it went into the wheel bucket. Very, very well lubricated. I was surprised at how lubricated it is. This is actually going into my number 2 slot for lubricated shampoos. It was great. Glided over the surface, did an excellent job cleaning the wheels, and it rinsed very, very cleanly. Recommended. Sheen. Now, I went for the maximum dilution rate because the protection on the car was beginning to show signs of deterioration, and it went on just fine. It dwelled just fine, and it washed off very cleanly, no spotting left behind. With regards to protection, I wouldn't say it was any better or any worse than any of the other ones that I've used before. It seems to do the job just fine. With regards to longevity, who knows, only time will tell on that. But again, another good product. And finally, moving on to vision. Again, I just cannot get enthusiastic about glass cleaners, but it works. It went on fine. It flashed off relatively quickly, and it just cleaned the glass to a nice sparkle. Again, another great product. Mile Deep, if you're watching, well done, guys. I mean, I can understand, being detailers, I can understand your need for products that work, and you've nailed it. You've absolutely nailed it. These products do actually work very, very well. Guys who are watching, have a look at the website. If you're over that way, pop in to the shop, pop into the workshop, go and get your car cleaned if you're feeling lazy. Really is a good setup, and they're very nice guys to talk with as well. Absolutely everything there, in my personal opinion, is worth your hard-earned money. Guys, hope you enjoyed it. Manufacturers, if you're watching, get in touch please. Drop a message down in the comments, or follow me on Facebook, same name as the channel, Craig Whitehouse Detailing. I'd love to review your products for you. Until the next time, guys, look after yourselves, and above all else, keep it shiny.